Welcome to Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts. As the country mourns the events in Orlando, we'll talk about the difference social media is making and what you can do to help.
I'm Les McCurdy, owner of McCurdy's Comedy Theater, and with all these cool new pregnancy products, heck, I wish I was pregnant. We're going to show you some.
I'm Bo Beth. Juneteenth is a celebration of freedom and independence, and we're previewing an event that's happening this weekend.
And I'm Christine Alexander. Millions of American kids are diagnosed with ADHD. Today we have options other than prescription medicine. All that and more right now on the Suncoast View.
Never the same when Linda Carson doesn't say it.
I ruined it for her.
That's all right, her job is secure another day. Welcome to the show, everyone, and we are glad to have Les McCurdy and Christine Alexander with us. Linda is enjoying a break from Suncoast View today.
Hey, Betty.
Good to get the week started with you guys.
Thank
Nice.
you.
We don't get together enough in public. Hey!
This is as public as it gets,
I
Les.
think that's a good thing, actually.
Yeah.
We warned Christine her
We'll
job is to
take you in
control
those
Les. So.
I'm going to put the Caesar melange.
Yeah, exactly. Just kick them. That's what we do. We also have a familiar face in the kitchen today. We welcome back Chef Pedro Flores from Table Creekside.
Thank you.
Hello, Chef. What are we making today?
Well, we're going to have incredible dishes today for a Savior menu at the table. A lot of great dishes to show today.
Okay,
I
from
can't wait
Savor
to eat all of
Sarasota,
them.
of
Yes,
course.
Savor
And
Sarasota.
Chef, you were telling me that Savor Sarasota does not end this week at the table. Tell me
Absolutely
that.
not. We're going to keep our guests the whole menu for the summer.
The whole summer.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good, because from what I see, I'd be in trouble if I had to eat all that in the next 48 hours. So you can visit the table throughout the summer, and we're going to get some great samplings of some good dishes. I see a lot of good, healthy food there.
It looks yummy.
I don't want anything healthy.
Well, I'm trying to convince myself, Les. Just help me with that.
Okay.
There's some wine over there.
Yes,
there you go.
I noticed that as
know.
well. But
Because it's the Suncoast View.
Now,
I think it's the first time I've been on this show in forever that there wasn't a bottle of something in front of me when I got here.
you know, on Mondays, we tend to start slow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is my first Monday.
That's
we've
right.
been trying to clean up our act for June.
Let's call it McCurdy Monday.
No. We've been calling it No Junk Food June, but I got a lot of pushback about that. So.
No junk food. June was a girl I dated in high
Oh,
school. Hey, come
alrighty
on.
then.
Forget about it.
Did she have teeth?
Yeah.
Oh!
She had 3. Let's keep going.
This conversation goes downhill when they're
Very,
together.
very quickly. All right. Well, we are going to get right to it today. We do want to take time in our hot topics to say that our hearts are heavy and our thoughts and prayers are with the friends and family of the victims of the Orlando nightclub shooting. Many of you knew the very first victim identified in the tragedy, Edward Sotomayor Jr. from Sarasota. He was a national brand manager at Allen Chuck Travel in their Sarasota office, and Sotomayor was 34 years old. Now, we are certainly not going to spend the entire show talking about the tragedy, but it just sort of brings it home that it struck someone so close to so many people here in the Sarasota area. So.
All right. Yeah. Well, I mean, Orlando is a place that Sarasota people go and have a
Absolutely.
good time, and it's awful.
Just
You know,
reminds
it's
you how sad people are in the world. You know, everybody's so sad.
Well, we can kind of find some positive things that occurred in the midst of tragedy, and one of them is something that we talk about often in a negative light, social media. It was a crucial tool in the midst of this tragedy. Facebook turned on its safety check feature for the very first time here in the United States. If you're not familiar with it, that is a tool that let Facebook users in Orlando confirm that they were safe, unsafe, or outside the affected area, just with the click of a button. The feature was widely used following the Paris attacks last year. Facebook, however, gets to control when this tool is accessible. So do we like the feature that allows us to alert friends of our well-being, or does this feel a little too big brothery that Facebook wants you to check in?
I am always about Big Brother and how I think they're following us, but this I think is amazing because I was looking at my friends' profile pages to see when they posted last, just to see if they were safe, if I couldn't get in touch with them. So this, when I found it this morning, I was so thrilled to see it because it just makes you feel safe.
Yeah, this is good
Yesterday-
intentions.
Yeah.
Yesterday, a lot of my friends were talking about it because they were like, well, try to contact everyone that's in the area.
Right.
And it was easy just to go on Facebook and see that they had checked in, and then you didn't have to worry. It just kind of lessens, not saying that if you don't know the person that it's not okay, but your loved ones and knowing your loved ones are safe just made it a little better.
I do think the intentions were good. I agree with that for Les. I think it's hard because if you didn't get to Facebook, you then have people unnecessarily worrying.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the word has to spread. I was not even really familiar with it, honestly, since this is the first
Nor I.
time it's been used in the U.S. But now we know it exists, and should it ever be needed,
Well,
you
this
know,
is
it
how
is a
we
good way.
communicate now,
That's right.
you know?
That is how.
Social media, it's the first thing that happens. Oh, I got in a car accident. I got to tell everybody on Facebook, you know?
And you say
Or
that you're
Twitter.
okay, or Twitter or
Right.
something. So I think it was really a situation where social media served to spread valuable information. And speaking of that, social media has also helped setting up a GoFundMe account for the victims' families. The numbers have been absolutely off the charts. It's over $1.3 million in less than 24 hours. So again, we like to keep spreading the word of ways people can help. Another way people can help, the local blood banks. They are desperate for donations to continue to provide blood to Orlando. The lines have been extremely long at donor centers all across the Suncoast. People are doing what they can to help, and they continue to urge everybody to donate, not just to help Orlando, but once that blood is sent to Orlando, we will then need to replenish our local inventory. So don't let the long lines turn you away. Maybe make an appointment over the next few days or week or so, because the need is not going to go away immediately. I just think it's so heartwarming to see our community so anxious to help, to see those lines on a Sunday of people just stopping to go do something to make a difference.
So too. I think this was the most heartwarming thing coming out of this, because when things like this happen, you realize, man, there's some really hateful people out there. And then to see the community come together in the midst of all of this tragedy and say, you know what, we're trying to help. We're not going to make one person spoil everything.
The community,
And they all came
everywhere.
together, and they've been coming together. I
And
think
they
that's
step up
amazing.
every time. I mean, you know, tragedy after tragedy jumps up, and you see the people step up every time. And once again, it just shows that
They're more good people.
Way more, way more. I
More
mean,
good
the amount of people that create this kind of tragedy is such a small, is such a small number in comparison to it all, but it doesn't lessen, you know.
Les, I have to
the
ask you,
critical part.
you were a club owner, a place where large hundreds of people gather right here in our area.
Right.
Has this crossed your mind?
Well, it actually did. It actually crossed my mind before this. I was at an event with a lot of the police just recently, and I was asking some questions about that. And I really had been thinking about what is the proper way to protect my own people. I'm not really wild about carrying a lot of guns, but on the other hand, you know, and this came from these talks, you know. Better for good people to have the guns, you know. But in this case in Orlando, you had 2 armed officers. The club owner there had 2 armed officers there, and it still didn't stop what happened, you know. So I think it's worth this. I think that for me, I would like to see in the next month or so a get together of a lot of the owners of different nightclubs and restaurants and even the bigger venues like Van Wezel get together with law enforcement to be able to ask some questions, you know, with security professionals about what is the best way to go about protecting ourselves, knowing that you can't totally do it.
A lot of major corporations have been doing these mass shooting trainings. Like my friend was just telling me she was in one where they're telling them now, instead of waiting and hiding in one area, because they said the gunman would literally come and find you individually, and it's different when they find one person, they shoot you off, and they go one by one and knock everyone out. They're telling them now that they need to come together as a group and attack the gunmen, because if 10 of them come together, they have a higher chance of survival than them going into one room and hiding.
Sure, but
Well, and I
that
think
takes training.
The point is,
Yeah.
though, because of the occurrences, it encourages the discussion, which helps all of us prepare for simply things we cannot control.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We do want to make a couple of other mentions. There is a vigil that is being held Monday evening, if you would be interested. It's at 8 o'clock at 5 Points Park in downtown Sarasota. And absolutely everything we have talked about, the donor center information for blood, the GoFundMe page, the vigil, you can get links to absolutely all that by going to our Facebook page, Suncoast View at facebook.com. And we'll continue to have the conversation with all of you to post condolences and express your views. Well, the events in Orlando certainly were not forgotten. At the Tony Awards last night, many speakers paid tribute to the victims, including composer and Hamilton star Lin-Manuel Miranda. Let's take a listen.
When senseless acts of tragedy remind us that nothing here is promised, not one day. The show is proof that history remembers. We live through times when hate and fear seem stronger. We rise and fall and light from dying embers, remembrances that hope and love last longer. And love is 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 love, cannot be killed or swept aside. I sing Vanessa's symphony, Eliza tells her story. Now fill the world with music, love, and pride. Thank you so much for this.
A lot of emotion last night for many reasons. Hamilton was the big winner at the Tonys. No surprise there, 11 awards, but it was one shy of the producer's record-breaking 12 awards in 2001. It may not have beat records, but it did come out a big winner, of course, at the box office. Besides Best Original Score, it also won Best Actor and Best New Musical. And speaking of new musical, what everybody's really talking about is what Hamilton has done for Broadway. We always see the revivals and everybody kind of scared to put a new show out there. And Hamilton showed not only can you put one out there, but look at it. You know, we're all dying to go. We're jealous of everybody.
And the thing about
that's
this,
getting to
think
do
about
it.
this. If someone approached you as an investor, okay, and what it takes to put on a Broadway show is just, you know,
A fortune.
and go,
It's a
okay,
lot.
here's
an idea.
Here's an idea, okay. We're going back to our founding fathers, but it's all done in urban rap, okay? All urban rap with a little hip-hop thing going on. And you would go, are you out of your freaking mind?
I know.
You know, but of course it goes through that process, right, Christine, you know, where it went off Broadway first, you know what I mean?
You have to massage it.
And proved itself.
Well, I mean, if that guy is going to make me cry by saying love 7 times,
I know.
then the show is going to be amazing. Of course, like, how could the show not be amazing?
She's like, I'll go to
they
any show.
casted.
I do think it has changed Broadway for the next decade with all the new things
Whoa.
that
I
I
hope
think
so.
we could. I do too. I think
good.
it's great. Yeah, no, a lot to be happy
People are
about.
going to get a little bit more open to take risk, I think, because
Yep,
of this show.
and audience is more open to accept.
And there's,
That's great.
we were just up in New York in December and took my daughter for the first time, and we saw a play that called Hand of God. The most provocative stage performance I've ever seen, and trust me, I've seen some provocative stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I mean,
Well,
Stephanie alone. I mean, for goodness. No, but I'm going to tell you. So the point being is, Broadway's doing more of that sometimes you're not even aware of, and it's so healthy for the arts to do that, and it's just
Absolutely.
great. To
All right,
see
well, you mentioned
not
healthy.
Oklahoma again.
Yes, no, we're done with Oklahoma, and I'm done with this guy. This is a job less even you probably don't want. Worst ever list. He's an entomologist. Right there, I'm creeped out. He's a bug guy.
Got ya.
He allows himself to get stung by 83 different insects from around the world so he can code and rank the pain associated with their stings. He even made up the Schmidt Sting Pain Index. It's in a book. Here's an example. Mud daubers, you know those things that make those ugly things like on your patio ceiling? Those don't really hurt too much. They're a 1. Honeybees? Yeah, they hurt a little more. They're a 2. The tarantula hawk wasp? He said that's like dropping a hairdryer into your bathtub.
Oh, my goodness.
That's how much that
I've
hurts.
never even
why
heard of a
would you
tarantula hawk
do this?
wasp.
Yeah. How you doing over there? Here's a fun fact, unless this may not surprise you. Only females sting, the males fake it. In an odd reversal of life.
I love the way you
It's so weird because I have tried to fake it many times. and I've never been able to pull it off successfully.
Okay, there's two things.
sure?
One, I love the way he said that dropping it in, it feels like a blow dryer in the bathtub.
Because we've all tried that.
Well, I want to know if he has to compare the pain.
Please don't try this at home.
Seriously, I mean, what made him think of this?
I just don't
After he got bit like 8 times, he was like, maybe one more.
One is enough. You know, he's like, that was too much.
83 stings.
I mean, you know, does anybody else do this?
No.
I mean, is there a
He's
person
famous.
out there going, let's let every venomous
He is
snake bite
fearless.
me and see,
He is fearless.
compare the feeling of each one. I mean,
Oh, this one's painful.
Always good to remember on a money, your job could be
Well,
worse.
you know what? As long as someone else does it for us. How
Yes,
about that?
absolutely.
We didn't have to get
All right,
Exactly.
we're going to check in with our happy hour forecast, and when we come back, we're going to talk to a Suncoast star about a Juneteenth celebration.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Another warm afternoon. High temperatures in the low 90s and the dew points are up. A west sea breeze has developed at 17 miles an hour now, and the pressure 2997. That is holding steady. Showers are developing along a sea breeze front, if you will, near Venice and stretching places to the east of I-75. And you can see some of that activity pretty heavy right now near Clark Road and I-75, producing some heavy rainfall, even some frequent lightning strikes there. That is trying to work its way toward the coast. The sea breeze kind of holding off on it. Mayaca City getting some rainfall as well. Those showers and storms are moving basically off to the southwest at around 10 miles an hour. So expect some scattered storms through the evening, and we are anticipating another round of these showers and storms. Looks like tomorrow afternoon. You can see some dry air in the atmosphere right now working its way down. We'll have more on our forecast, let you know about the rest of this work week and into the weekend coming up in a few minutes, and we'll take a look at the tropics. All that coming up at 5. See you then.
Hundreds will celebrate the joy and freedom of independence this week with the 151st anniversary of Juneteenth. Now, Juneteenth commemorates the abolishment of slavery in Texas in 1965. It's an amazing reenactment as part of that celebration, and it's happening right here on the Suncoast. And actress Mary Kelly joins us, and you're portraying Harriet Tubman.
Yes, I am.
And you've done this for a while.
I've done it almost as long as Miss Tubman did.
All right, so tell me about this reenactment and the celebration.
Okay, I am a professional storyteller, and actually I had to write this play for my graduate thesis, and so it involved 6 characters, and then after I graduated it was just laying there, and so I decided to be all those characters. So the reenactment is the only story that I do in costume.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And well, you mentioned storytelling, so you're going to schools and you're talking to different people, and what are you telling them?
Actually, I work with pre-K on up to seniors. I mean, any type of audience is what I work with. So I do age-appropriate stories within the schools and also in organizations. Harriet Tubman is, you know, just becoming what new news in
Especially
that,
with the dollar,
that's
the
a
$20 bill.
Yeah, with the $20 bill. But our history does not live in the pages of our textbook. Our history lives live each and every day with every breath that an African American would take, but every breath that Americans take, our history lives within that.
now I got to ask a question. It said, when you were reading, it said 1965 was the celebration. Was that meant to be 1865?
Yes.
Oh yes, 18.
1865, because it
151
Okay,
years.
okay, yeah. Because there was a discrepancy there.
I'm glad.
Yeah, I was going 1965.
Now, Mary, I have a question.
Yeah.
Why Texas?
Why Texas? Because Texas is such a big state that even with rumors, it took 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was signed for the slaves in Texas to know that they were emancipated.
Okay, because that's important. We learn in the history books that it was 1863
Yes.
when the proclamation was signed, but
Yes.
yet the celebration is dated 65. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
For people who aren't familiar, just kind of, I know it's a celebration of independence, but tell us, like, what does this mean, and why is this so important?
Well, it's important. It's like the African American Independence Day. It's a day when all the slaves were free, not just the ones that had heard about it in 1863, but all of them. So it's like our Emancipation Day for freedom.
All right. And
I've seen her perform, and she is so great. Her facial expressions are incredible. You're so powerful. It's really beautiful.
And you're doing all 6 characters.
Yes, well,
Wow.
I have a limited time.
But you could go, couldn't you, if we let you?
It's like a 45-minute performance that I do, but I will be cut down to probably 25 minutes. And so the reenactment would be highlights of what Harriet did, because she starts as a child. I mean, we just don't get up one morning, she didn't get up one morning and say, I want to be a slave today. It started as a child, and it's her story of how she became this conductor on the Underground Railroad.
wow. And so the gala, the 151st anniversary celebration, and it's going to be taking place on the 18th on the Bay, is that right?
Yes.
So tell me what people are going to be able to see when they're there.
Well, what they're going to be able to see are beautiful people in African costume. They will have food that commemorates this. West Coast Black Theater will be performing. They will do a reenactment of the celebration. And then Harriet will be talking about how she became freed and became the conductor. And basically, that started, that helped start the movement of emancipation.
Where exactly on the bay is it?
Actually, that's a bad question.
It's at St. Armand's Key.
St. Armand's Key.
St. Armand's Key.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, well, again, the 151st anniversary celebration of Juneteenth will take place June 18th on the Bay at St. Armand's Key. The event is sold out, so unfortunately you may be not able to get tickets this time, but you can get more information about the event and about all the actors. You want to go to Deb Wackman at AOL.com, and they'll give you all the details you need. All right, coming up next, the latest in pregnancy products and why Les says he wants to get pregnant.
I'm all over it.
That's scary.
That's what he told me.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
My dad is my hero, and I wanted to give him a chance to live life and be happy. Granny Nannies has been a huge help. It has contributed to the health and happiness of my dad, for sure.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida.
It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
For better water, pure and simple, call today and say,
Hey, Culligan man.
The home at 19 Walker Court. The agent. The rolling of sleeves. The look over. The look under. The application of dirt under fingernails. Turning over every rock. Turning over every chimney. Checking the nooks, checking the crannies, checking the walls. The floors, the gutters, the doors. Finding the flaw, calling the specialist, fixing it, cleaning it, prepping it, painting it, listing it, showing it, selling it. The sign of a RE/MAX agent.
When you don't know who you are, you can be anyone you want to be. You're coming with me.
Ooh, where are we going?
To the most wondrous place in the world.
Roll up, Tangleville's traveling circus is here!
This isn't a fairy story. People don't always live happily ever after. But we will. I'm Hetty Feather, and this is my story.
Granny Nannies. We've been making house calls for over 25 years. When you need home health care services, there really is no place like home.
Grandma.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. Well, with both Les and Christine with us today, I think it's important to mention that entertainment and comedy do still go on. And Les, you have a new an unusual show coming up this
We
week.
do. It's not actually a show. It's a competition.
Oh.
Cards Against Humanity.
As in the game?
In the game.
As in the controversial game?
Yes,
Oh.
yes. And actually, Kevin, who is our tech guy, came up with the idea. He researched it, and we can't find, this game's been around for a while, and we can't find anyone who's ever done a competition. And this is going to go, it's starting Tuesday night. We have teams of 4 to 6 people. We'll take 6 or 7 teams. I think we're going to be packed with it. We're doing it in our little lounge area up front, so it's in the small contained area. And then we will do one once a month, all the way through the summer, and then in September we'll take the winning teams and we'll have a championship, and there'll be some cool prizes and this kind of thing. But if you've never played Cards Against Humanity, I'm not going to try to explain the game to you.
You have to. What if they don't know what it
All right.
is?
It's apples to apples, only dirty.
Yeah, well,
Doesn't have to.
inappropriate. Totally inappropriate.
It's adult humor.
Yes, it is.
This is an amazing idea.
But I'm going to tell you, everyone that's played it will tell you the same thing, and I've played it several times. I have never played it and not had everyone involved laughing as hard as they can laugh. I don't care, liberal, conservative, I don't care.
Right.
You are laughing as hard as you can. You cannot believe the combinations of phrases and words that get put together.
I'm excited about
It's
that.
really
All right,
neat.
so for a good
Can't wait to
laugh
see you play it.
and
Tomorrow
play-
night, come on out to McCurdy's, to our green room area, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
Start?
7 o'clock.
All right, and if you can't
Yep.
get there on Tuesday, McCurdy'sComedy.com will tell you when you can get there.
Yes, yes.
The rest of the summer.
Absolutely.
All right,
and
good.
that'll all be on there. And of course, Louis Anderson this week.
All right, and Christine has an idea for mothers who kids think they're a riot, which would be all kids think
That's
they're
right.
a riot, probably.
That's
but
right. All the kids, they don't know that they're a riot, but the mamas know that they are riots. And I'm happy with that because these kids are, last year when I took over for Les doing the kids comedy camp, I was so impressed with how brave these children are. They just get up there and they're like blah, 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 boom.
Yeah, kids aren't shy as much as we are.
So cool. So this year we've broken it down to the younger kids in the morning and then the older kids in the afternoon for 1 week. At the end of the week, they have a performance, and that's one of my favorite things too because they last year I had them do some improv games, and they were amazing.
I bet.
Absolutely.
Well,
I'll tell you, Christine, I'm not kidding. She did a phenomenal job with them. And not only were they did some improv games that I thought, oh, they'll never pull this off. They're too young. Great. And they wrote some of their own jokes that I stole. They were awesome. I told them these kids are writing for me now.
Yep.
absolutely. All right. Well, lots going on in the air-conditioned comfort of McCurdy's Comedy this summer. You can get all that information, of course, at McCurdy'sComedy.com. I could see Christine being a lot of fun with those kids.
Oh,
so,
yes.
all right,
Thank you.
great
And I
to know.
definitely can see you stealing that material.
Yeah, well, that was a
I
given.
need it. I need it, Bo
All right,
Bear.
well, speaking of kids, coming up, we have the very latest in pregnancy products.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better eater.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
At SWC Properties, we pride ourselves in providing to you the very best in customer satisfaction, and the secret's getting out. Maybe that's why so many people have chosen to list their homes with our friendly and qualified agents. After all, it only makes sense to list with a growing agency that markets in so many places. To list your home with SWC, give us a call at our Sarasota office. And don't forget to watch the House to Home Show every Saturday night here on ABC 7. It's simple. We just market your home better.
We've been slow smoking over oak for more than 45 years. And while sticking to tried and true traditions is kind of our thing, it doesn't hurt to throw something new in the smoker every now and then. Come get some slow smoked chicken wings at Sonny's Barbecue. Order them as an appetizer or as part of a combo with pork, baby back ribs, or both, starting at $10.99. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in with Chef Pedro from Table Creekside. And Chef, an amazing array of dishes in front of you. Tell us again about Savor Sarasota at the table.
Well, Savor Sarasota only runs for 2 weeks out of the year, and we're very excited. So we're doing a lot of dishes today, but the most popular is the Sivas, roasted chicken Sivas with pink shrimp, grapes, lemon butter sauce, and truffle mashed potato.
Oh, you always get us with truffle. Okay, that's what we're going to be putting together. And a big reminder that at the table, Savor Sarasota does not end this week. Continues for the whole summer. We'll see you in a little bit, Chef. Christine?
There are so many products and technologies on the market now. Even being pregnant isn't like it used to be. I have no idea. Congratulations are in order to our trends expert, Megan Greenberg, who's expecting. When are you due?
Due in late October.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
It's my birthday.
I'm half there.
October 27th.
October 22nd.
22nd,
but
sure.
He could be,
He could be late.
It's a he.
Yes,
I need to make fun of
Leslie.
Christine is afraid that by talking about this, she could get pregnant. I'm sensing this tension.
That's
how it works. It's okay, Christine. It's
I am not rubbing any of this on me.
It's already happened. It's too late.
Yay for Megan.
Yeah. All right, so let's just jump right in. Two of the products I want to talk about to start are made by my local friend, Renata Swain. She has like...
I love her.
She's the best. She's absolutely the best, and I've used these products for years, well before I was pregnant. When she got pregnant 20 years ago, she was sensitive to everything. She had skin sensitivity, scent sensitivity, so she made her own lotion, and this is the most amazing stuff. She brought one for each of you guys as well.
Oh, Christina might get your present.
It's absolutely amazing whether you're pregnant or not, but it almost guarantees you won't get stretch marks. It has coconut oil, lamb oil, wheat germ oil. Name an oil, it's in there.
And it's in there.
And it's not greasy. It goes on and it's super luxurious. She wanted something that could stay on 15 hours plus. It just smells good. It feels good.
It's just, and it's not overwhelming scent. Because you're right, very sensitive noses
But the
when you're
thing,
pregnant.
reading this, I know all the ingredients. There aren't like weird names. They're just extracts of different oils.
It's completely
And I like that it's called Let It Glow, because pregnant or not, we'd like to glow. Women glow.
Hey, I'm using it. Sometimes I get stretch marks on my bicep.
Oh, yes, you do.
There you go.
Moving on, she also makes these two amazing balms. They're both face balms. One is more of a baby balm that's a little bit more sensitive. It has shea and coconut and cocoa butter, but this one is a little bit more antioxidant heavy. It has acai and Kapuasu.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure.
You did that very well.
That's how you say it.
If not, you guys don't know. So
We could have never corrected you if we wanted to.
Well, and
That's
to have
asu
to have the natural option like
and
that.
the point of bringing these up is when you're pregnant, the main thing is you don't want to rub a bunch of chemicals on your body. So that's the main
Who
thing.
says?
Well, you know, pregnancy, even though we said it's different now than it was, it's not. It's still the same pregnancy, but we know a little bit more about sticking toxins
And
in our body,
chemicals
on our
that
body.
can have
So
impact.
these things are totally pure and antioxidant reverse things. But speaking of, if you're someone like me, I loved a lot of products, and now that I'm pregnant, I can't use my retinols, I can't use my hydroquinone, I can't use things for my pigmentation. And as we were talking about earlier, when you're pregnant, your pigmentation tends to be in excess. And I have hyperpigmentation but can't use my brightening things, but I can still use vitamin C. And vitamin C is a really great product. Again, whether you're pregnant or not, it helps reverse sun damage, free radical damage, and it helps brighten your skin, especially if you have pigment issues.
Wow.
So that's just a serum. You put a couple drops on. But the thing is,
sounds like that would be good whether you're pregnant or not.
All of these things, everything here is good whether you're pregnant or not. But again, when you're pregnant, it's just really important to make sure you're not sticking weird stuff in and on your body, around your body, anywhere.
Your epidermis is your largest organ.
It is. It's very true. You'd be a great mother. Look at you, teacher. So if you're going to put vitamin C on, know that it makes you a little more susceptible, and you want a good sunscreen. Again, whether you're Floridian, man, woman, child, or not. And Pure Zinc, again, which is available at Renata Skincare, is a perfect thing because it sits more like a mask rather than being a toxic chemical that mixes with your skin and makes you gross, and God only knows.
But you always think of zinc just turning you white.
Doesn't at all.
Oh.
If you'd like to use a little bit,
Let me see.
feel free to put a little bit on
Okay,
there. Doesn't at all. It's just a nice moisturizer. Yes.
What's the next one? While he rubs that in.
So we all know right now. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no
It does.
As
Look,
we
it
all
goes right
know
away.
right now, the Zika virus is a big topic. And again, Floridian, woman, man or not, we want to protect ourselves against mosquitoes. And so one of the big things is having natural lemon eucalyptus oil. So this is an essential oil. Burt's Bees also has those things in there, as well as rosemary and a few other things.
That's great to know.
Yep, you smell like a citronella candle, which
could be worse.
It is not, but then rub your lotion all over, and you know, who knows, that combo together. Well,
and again, pregnant or not, you know, keeping the
That's
mosquitoes
important.
at bay this time of year, and especially with Zika concerns,
And you
very
said
important.
this is a similar product?
yeah, it's more like a serum. It does have a little bit of like a, not a greasiness to it, but it's definitely a little bit more than like an off spray. But
And
also
without
is-
those chemicals.
Yeah, without all those chemicals that are not only bad for you, but bad for the air.
Well, all of us should be doing this.
Yes, so this is all stuff you want to rub on your face, and here's from the inside out. The Swell bottle is, again, Swell for everybody.
Yep.
And
Hydrate.
it keeps your ice cold drinks cold for 24 hours, your hot drinks cold for 12 hours. It comes in bigger sizes, but it's just a really great bottle. You want to stay hydrated a lot when you're pregnant, and here's something that has no parabens, no plastics, no whatever. And then also from the inside out is the coconut manna. And I'm sure you guys hear about coconut oil. I think I've talked about it every time that I'm here. But the coconut butter is a little bit more thick, and it's wonderful. It's good for you inside and out. It keeps all of your ligaments.
Yeah, what do you put it in?
Anything. You can use it as a spread. You can use it in place of butter. You can use it in place of cream. You can bake with it. You can do anything you want with it. You can just eat it. It's delicious. Think it. If you like coconut and you like coconut oil, you really like coconut butter.
Okay.
And it's organic, non-GMO. And then lastly, not pictured on the table, is just, don't forget there's lots of cool pregnancy apps out there now. Your cell phone, we all know what to do with our cell phone.
So if I use it, will I get pregnant?
Yes,
Okay.
for sure, without a doubt.
Pregnancy exercise? Is that what this is?
And and also YouTube can be your great friend. If you don't have a lot of time to get to the gym, or you want to switch up your usual routine, check out YouTube. You can put these on your iPad at home, or if you have Apple TV, and you can do 30-minute exercises right in front of your couch, and then you can sit down and eat your coconut butter and lather on your lotions and call it a day. And there's some great apps online too that track your pregnancy progress and show you the baby's progress and what's going on, and follows you week by week. And every little one tells you that your baby is an edible size. So
Did you say edible?
Yes.
What?
Yes. Every single week it'll tell you your baby is a blueberry or a mango or a
It's
banana.
an almond.
Oh my
It's,
gosh.
It's okay, Christine.
Babies are edible, right?
This gives me baby urges, just saying.
Yeah,
We're happy
too.
for you.
So this is your first.
This is my first.
How exciting.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
We look forward to updates.
Yeah,
Thank you.
me too.
Are you okay, Christine?
No, we're going to come back in just a second.
It's happening now.
You're okay.
The all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC 7.
Hi, I'm Ray Collins. Donald Trump comes to Tampa. Can the presumptive GOP nominee win the state in November?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Did you know? When your dog stays at Canine Corral, the play is free? Contact Canine Corral today about boarding and daycare packages. Canine Corral, where the love is.
From our studios on Florida Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Haley Wilkes. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. Remembering the lives lost in the Orlando nightclub shooting. Hear from those who knew a Sarasota man who was gunned down Sunday morning. Plus, security changes, what a popular Suncoast bar is doing in the aftermath of the Orlando massacre to make sure its customers are safe. Now let's head over to Bob and check in on our forecast.
Good afternoon. We're looking at very warm temperatures. High temperatures today. We're in the low to mid 90s. 91 right now. Dew point is at 77. That's very high, making it feel into the low 100s right now. And as far as rain goes, we have some cooling storms on the way, mainly east of I-75 right now, but some of these will work their way back toward the coastline. Some pretty heavy rainfall near Clark and I-75 right now, and also places to the east. Again, slowly trying to work their way to the west. More on the forecast coming up at 5. See you then.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
I'm Dale Mast, and we're celebrating 40 years on the west coast of Florida.
It's our 40th anniversary, and it's time for a celebration, the Culligan Hydration Celebration. For a limited time, celebrate by taking $250 off any Culligan home system. That's $250 off Culligan water softener systems, drinking water systems, or whole house water filters. Help us celebrate our 40th anniversary, and remember,
For better water, pure and simple, call today and say,
"Hey, Culligan man."
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Welcome back. Well, for many of us, staying focused gets harder by the day. Less, no names. But for more than 6 million American kids, ADHD is a diagnosed disorder. It is most commonly treated with prescription medication. But in today's Ask Dr. Jenny Wilkins from Age Vital Pharmacy is here to help families looking for alternatives to prescriptions. And I know as a parent, you know, it just seems kind of a little scary to say, okay, here's medication that my child is going to need to be on long term. So hopefully that isn't something we have to do.
Yeah, I call it Band-Aids for boo-boos. Here's your blue pill, your purple pill, your yellow pill, your that pill. Our children are not Adderall deficient or Vyvanse deficient or Ritalin deficient. The body actually functions very much like a car. Okay, what chemicals are out of alignment in your body, whether it's neurological in an Adderall, Vyvanse, Ritalin, these are all neuropsychiatric medications. Long-term side effects, yes, it would be like a quick fix for somebody that's totally spastic, maybe like Les, right?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Just use me as an example anytime.
Well, let's start.
Of someone who is completely...
You know, we hear the phrase all the time, oh, I'm ADD, I have so much going on. Let's get a good definition of what exactly is ADHD. I mean, aren't all kids hyper?
Yeah, well, sugar, lots of sugar, the diet, a lack of nurturing our environment, the stimulation on TV, everything plays a factor in it. But right now, I would say the stat is about 82% of Americans claim to have ADD. That's huge. That's horrifying. There must be something wrong in our society where it's like, why are people not being able to focus?
Why
it's
are
not
we
just
feeling
children.
like that?
Yep. Why are we feeling like that? And then you have two different categories. You have the ADD, which is just the attention deficit disorder, where you could just focus on one thing. And then you have the ADHD, where you're just focusing on a bazillion things, like multiple trains running at once. And you have children that even describe it as that. They're like, I'm hearing a bazillion conversations at once, and I can't focus on your conversation.
So what is our deficiency? What do you think is lacking within us?
First, when we could do actual clinical screenings through urine, through blood, through saliva, even hair testing.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that could actually show you evidence-based nutritional deficiencies and hormonal deficiencies. B12 is a big one. Amino acids, that's huge. Children that are hyperactive, it's because they're not absorbing their proteins. And then when you're seeing how our foods are all genetically modified, hormonally tampered with, the GMOs, we're not getting any nutritional value from our foods. So if we're not absorbing the nutrition that's in our foods, then we're not feeding our brains, and our chemicals are misfiring, very much like spark plugs in a car.
So what's the solution without getting on medication?
Getting tested, looking, for real deficiencies, or going in and getting children on bioavailable amino acids, bioavailable B complex. I even have a melatonin cream, even a CBD cream derived from hemp, cannabis, applied on the back of the neck. There's a local neurologist here, Dr. Ronald Ongdin, who's got 197 patents on neuropsych medications, getting children off of Adderall, Ritalin, Vyvanse, and actually feeding the body what it needs, as opposed to just here's a Band-Aid for another boo-boo, and then not actually focusing on the root of the problem. Because like I said, you need to focus on the root.
To be tested, is that a blood test?
A blood test, saliva, urine. A lot of children will just, pee in a cup, send it out to LabCorp, to Quest, to H Diagnostics, any lab test now.
One of the things I got to say on this is, because I think everything you're saying is right on the money, and I've dealt with some of this, but the expense involved, insurances do not cover this stuff. They don't consider it something that is a have to. They consider these types of things as electives. So that's where I see sometimes it being a problem, a challenge for lower income people, even moderate income people, because these blood tests and going to these types of doctors and everything is very expensive.
So is that how they end up with Ritalin? Is that why Ritalin has become America's Band-Aid for this?
Yeah. That's actually a very good point, and it is. There's a lot of insurances that stopped paying for the natural way of healing the body and saying, okay, well, your quick fix is just going to be this pill. It's almost like, let's push an agenda here.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
It's very sad
rather than looking at what our body
here's
needs.
Our children. And then there's a new stat out there that shows the children of today, the 7-year-olds to 12-year-olds that are on Vyvanse and Adderall and Ritalin, are going to be the schizophrenics and bipolar community by time they're in their late 20s.
Oh, no,
Right. So by doing some testing, by looking at what your body is actually missing, or the kids' bodies are actually missing, then we can start to do some look into things that don't need
horrible
prescriptions.
side effects. It's like maybe 1 pill, 2 pills. I mean, I was in college. I took Adderall just so I can stay up, because this is something college students are popping just to study and have all-nighters, and
it becomes an
wake
epidemic.
Up. It becomes and I remember my husband, when I put him through pharmacy school, it's one of those things, but then you see the side effects. You start losing your libido with men. With children, you become withdrawn. It's almost like it inhibits their personality, where they're just behind a glass wall.
Oh, wow.
And now they're not, and damaging the prefrontal cortex of the brain, meaning Alzheimer's, dementia, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, other neuropsych disorders, as opposed to just the hyperactivity.
Is to get tested and find the real solution.
Yep. Vitamins,
Get tested
amino
and look for
acids,
some natural
diet.
solutions. That coming from Dr. Jenny at Age Vital Pharmacy. And by the way, we want to mention that Age Vital Pharmacy has a gorgeous new store on Main Street at Osprey, right?
Yep, no, Main Street and Orange.
Main Street and Orange.
Right down the road from here.
Yep, and downtown Sarasota. You cannot miss the bright blue storefront. And it's a gorgeous facility, so stop in there and ask Dr. Jenny yourself. And their store is also still open on St. Armand's Circle. All right, thank you very much. Good information from any concerned parents. And coming up, we're going to take a look at a couple of emails before we head to the kitchen. Stay with us.
Are they about me?
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
At ABC7, our entire weathercast is dedicated to the Suncoast, and now we bring it to you like never before. with the all-new official Suncoast forecast.
Beach and boating forecast. The winds will be out of the northwest at 10 knots.
Now, with the most advanced graphics and technology, we bring you weather where you live, pinpointing right down to your neighborhood.
Zooming into the Sarasota Bayfront,
the all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
At SWC Properties, we pride ourselves in providing to you the very best in customer satisfaction, and the secret's getting out. Maybe that's why so many people have chosen to list their homes with our friendly and qualified agents. After all, it only makes sense to list with a growing agency that markets in so many places. To list your home with SWC, give us a call at our Sarasota office. And don't forget to watch the House to Home Show every Saturday night here on ABC 7. It's simple. We just market your home better.
At ABC 7, it's all about being here for you. Introducing ABC 7 News at 7 with award-winning investigative journalist Alan Cohn. In-depth reporting and debate on important issues and stories in our community, with a featured topic of the day and a live roundtable discussion with community leaders and newsmakers. Plus a quick recap of the day's top stories and weather. ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. Now more than ever, we're here for you, Suncoast.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better reader.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Welcome back. Remember, you can always find us online. We love to hear from you. Find us at Facebook, Suncoast View homepage, or at My Suncoast View on Instagram. Guess what? We Snapchat. We're really cool here. And you can also send us an email at suncoastview@mysuncoast.com. That's because we have really cool 20-year-olds to help us Snapchat, because I haven't figured it out yet. But a great question from Margie. Who are those good-looking models on Friday? Margie likes our men. Guess what? Those were the men of ABC 7 doing a fashion show. Let's check it out. You know him. That's Adam Cellini, sporting the lime green pants like a real man. These are Robert Graham fashions from the University Town Center Mall there. Lots of fun looks. And Dwayne Lindo also made an appearance. Yes, looking great. I love those prints and patterns and the nice
the hat.
matching hat. It had a little bit of fabric on the band, tying that whole outfit together. So nice to see our models from right here at ABC 7.
Look at him.
And he needed sunglasses because of his white legs. Meteorologist John Scalzi in a pair of shorts up there for our fashion show. Big thanks to Robert Graham and the men of ABC 7 for being great sports. We're headed to the kitchen now to do some Savor Sarasota sampling. Oh, no.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
The all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC 7. From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. The call to ban assault-style weapons. Authorities say the shooter responsible for the Orlando massacre used an AR-15 rifle, how he cleared all background checks, and what gun shop owners and customers on the Suncoast think about banning these military-inspired weapons. In Suncoast Traffic Watch, no crashes right now, and I-75 moving smoothly. Look at that, all green, a little bit of orange as you head up north towards University Parkway. It's over to Bob for more on the weather.
Thanks, Scott. Good afternoon. A very hot one it is. Temperatures right now, what it feels like 104 degrees at the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport, 101 in Venice, and 100 in Punta Gorda right now. Currently, we have winds out of the west bringing that humidity up there, and the pressure at 29.97 inches, and that is holding steady. You can see some storms around cooling some things off, mainly east of I-75. Details on our weather at 5.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
These donors own Hillary Clinton. They own her. And Bernie Sanders was right about that, I have to tell you.
Donald Trump focusing now on the general election and trying to win over Bernie Sanders supporters. But can he win the Sunshine State in November? I'm Ray Collins. That story plus our roundtable discussion tonight.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better eater.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Vargas. Are you blaming your long work hours for not making it to the gym? A new study might have you rethinking that excuse. Tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll show you how long hours at work impacts just how much time some people spend at the gym. John.
We're watching showers and thunderstorms build in mostly inland areas for a couple of days. We'll talk about that bright and early.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. The all-new official Suncoast forecast, only on ABC 7.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Coming up Tuesday at 4 on Suncoast View, it is rainy season here on the Suncoast. Mosquitoes are popping up everywhere. We're going to talk to a Suncoast doctor about Zika. How much do we really have to worry about this mosquito-borne illness? Our pet trends expert is back with the latest summer must-haves for your furry friends, plus money matters and Yo Sushi in the kitchen.
Welcome back. We're here with Pedro Flores from Table Creekside. I've been there many times. I love your place. And we're going to cook. Let's go. What are we doing?
Where's the Adderall?
I need something natural. I need something natural.
You want something natural? That's sea bass right here.
Natural sea bass. This will slow me down. So what are we cooking?
All right, you're going to be cooking today. So you're going to drop some of the nice olive oil right here first.
Okay.
And then a little bit over here.
Rub it a little bit.
Give it a little massage. There you go.
Yeah.
You got some sea salt over there.
Okay.
That's enough.
Yo!
Oh, man, you love to cook.
We're not deep frying the sea bass.
There you go. Gentle.
I think we made
Very
it now.
nice. Wow. Then you can turn it around. Let me help you.
Your little finesse.
Ooh, look
Poor
at that.
Chef
Are you brother of Bobby Flay in channel?
Yes.
Now you can drop. Let me drop it for you.
Okay.
So
drop
very
it in
hot
there.
pan.
Very hot pan.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
See, that extra oil helps.
Yeah, there you go.
So what's next?
To get the nice golden color. Okay. There you go.
And how long would you cook both sides?
Well, but you will sear it for, I would say, 1 minute one side and another minute for another side.
It's very important to have your pan really hot.
Yeah, it has to be searing hot.
All right, well, while you sear that, let's go ahead and add the other ingredients and get them going.
Okay.
Drop
now
the grapes?
We can drop some of the grapes.
Okay.
There you go. You can drop some of the grapes.
Oh, those
Look
pork
at
are great.
You can't be afraid of smoke either.
And then what else?
And then you can drop the shrimp.
Listen.
I'm dropping this shrimp now.
Here we go.
I'm dropping it in the oil because I want
Absolutely.
it greasy.
And then you want to squeeze a little bit more lime juice to it. Bring the flavor up. Oh, be careful with the smoke.
Oh man, this is
There
smelling
we
good.
go.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then we got the broccolini. You can drop the broccolini.
Get it healthy with some broccolini.
All right.
Wow.
And then we turn the cebas again. You see the nice color is coming up.
See how quick this happens?
Oh, yeah, it's
Yep.
beautiful. And then we can drop some of this lemon butter sauce that we got already made.
All right, I'm going to let you go ahead and put the sauce on while I remind everybody that at Table Creekside, the Savor Sarasota menu in place for all of summer. You can enjoy carpaccio. Bobette is digging into that. Watermelon feta salad. These amazing dishes, including short ribs, the organic chicken, and I am eyeing that chocolate mousse. Again, I love the fact that all of these entrees on the menu for the entire summer. You like that
Yeah,
watermelon?
turn it around,
I
yeah.
do. It's excellent.
Dr. Jenny!
Oh, we got some good-looking cooking here.
And this was good, healthy food.
Absolutely. We're enjoying the sea bass. All right, Les and Christine, great to see you. Thanks
Thank you
for
for having us.
today.
Thank
Let's
you.
don't ruin dinner.
It looks like he's a good cook.
Join Pedro at Table Creekside, and thanks, Dr. Jenny, for being here. Take some time. Enjoy the Suncoast view.